A giraffe is taller than a mouse. This tells us a very simple piece of information, and it's a correct statement. A giraffe is taller than a mouse. We've got a noun, a verb, a comparative adjective, and the word than followed by another noun. However, this sentence does not tell us any more about how much taller the giraffe is than the mouse. And in this example, there was a big difference. So we could say the giraffe is much taller than a mouse. The giraffe is far taller than a mouse. Or the giraffe is a lot taller than a mouse. We're talking about scale. The scale of something means the full range of levels. In this case, the full range of heights in the animal kingdom. A mouse isn't the smallest animal. Insects are even smaller than mice. So there we had the word smallest, which means the most small. And then we use the phrase even smaller. This phrase is used when something is already quite small to emphasize that something else is even smaller than that. A mouse isn't the smallest animal. Insects are even smaller than mice. Now, you could use it for other adjectives too. For example, you're already smart, but watching this video will make you even smarter. So, to break these sentences down, we have a comparative like taller than. And then to include more detail, we can add a modifier such as much. A giraffe is much taller than a mouse. A hedgehog is slightly taller than a mouse. Or a hedgehog is a bit taller than a mouse. What do those sentences tell us? Well, using slightly or a bit as modifiers here tells us that there isn't much of a difference. A hedgehog is taller than a mouse, but only by a little bit. Every adjective will have a comparative form and a superlative form. In the case of the word tall, the comparative form is taller. So you can just add the er suffix to make the comparative form. To make the superlative form, we can add the suffix est, ist, to make the word tallest. Now pay close attention to the pronunciation here, because even though it is spelt est, it is pronounced ist, ist, tallest, smallest, brightest, darkest, and so on. But of course, this is the English language, and we can't have just one rule. It has to be more complicated. With a word like beautiful, you cannot add a suffix to make it a comparative or superlative. It's not beautifuler, it's more beautiful. And it's not beautifulest, it's the most beautiful. So, here's the rule. If the adjective is one syllable, or if it ends with a y, then you can use the er or the est suffixes. For example, she told me to calm down, but it just made me angrier. The adjective angry ends with a y, so we can add the er suffix. However, for any adjective that is longer than one syllable but doesn't end with a y, like tired, you have to use the word more or less to make the comparative, and most or least to make the superlative. Luckily, I got a good night's sleep, and now I'm much less tired. So, it's your turn. I'd like you to write 3 different comparative sentences in the comments section. I'll give you a heart if you are right, and I'll correct any mistakes. If you're not a subscriber here, then be sure to subscribe and click the bell notification button. I upload new videos every Monday and Friday. So hopefully I'll see you in another lesson.